In the heart of Old Town Poway, brothers Jeremy and Josh and Jeremy's wife Mckenzie are bringing their take on barbecue to North County, San Diego. From brisket to pork belly, it's all smoked in-house in the back of the restaurant where Jeremy works his magic, whipping up his smoked meat creations that take several hours, sometimes even days, before they hit your plate.
The process involves multiple people spanning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So there's a lot more to figure out than just the recipe. And you know, with smoking brisket and pork shoulder, you get the meat trimmed in the morning, you get it on at 4 p.m., someone's washing it till 2:30 a.m., and then someone else comes in at 3:30, 4 a.m. and starts wrapping it, figuring out when it needs to come off, getting the ribs and chicken on. So it's just a continual process of getting stuff on and off. So that's about an hour away from as done as we wanted on the smoker. From a young age, I've just enjoyed cooking. I was always, you know, bragging, even in second grade, bragging about making the best microwave nachos in town, you know. So, but yeah, I've wanted to open a restaurant since I can remember. It's just been a lifelong dream.
But like all dreams, there are twists and turns along the journey, and after spending a few years at a finance job after college, Jeremy finally decided to start on the journey to open his restaurant. And as fate would have it, the first job he could find was at a barbecue joint, falling in love with barbecue food in the process.
That was just a place that was hiring. It wasn't because I necessarily wanted to do barbecue, but then when I started working for him, I realized oh, this is a beautiful way to cook food, and really fell in love with it.
I was living in Australia, and I got a call from my brother just randomly saying, "Hey, I want to start a barbecue business. Can you lend me some money for a smoker?" And I didn't even think twice about it, and I was like, yeah, sure. I trusted him immediately. I'd eaten his food my entire life and knew he knew what he was doing, so it seemed like a no-brainer. And then that loan, as things happen, it started out as a loan, and then a few weeks later he called me up. He's like, "Hey, what if I just give you ownership in the company and I don't have to pay you back right away?" And then that's how I became an owner, one of the owners of Smokin' Jay's.
At the time, Josh was touring the world as a professional athlete, pursuing a career as a wheelchair racer, even competing in a handful of Paralympic Games. Shortly after that phone call, he moved to San Diego as Jeremy was getting successful in his mobile barbecue business. Today, they're running their barbecue joint in Old Town Poway and another space in Miramar, with a downtown location on the way.
So what is it like working as brothers? I can feel the vibe that you guys you seem like you got a good relationship, and yeah. I think that's what maybe makes this thing work and makes it easy to open other restaurants, because you're working together.
Yeah, we've always worked well together, even though we didn't live together until we moved out to San Diego, or live in the same area for like 20 years. But we've always worked well and gotten along well, and I feel like we balance each other out.
You had a dream. This is something you wanted to do, and you did it. Yeah. But you did it with support and family. What do you tell people that are maybe thinking, I want to start my own restaurant, and it just seems daunting?
Yeah.
Where do you start?
Well, so when I started, it was with my girlfriend, now wife, and it was tough. It was tough on the relationship and everything, and so. And then Josh came like a year into it, once things were rolling a little bit, or at the start of rolling.
At the start of rolling, yeah.
Yeah, and helped. And so, I mean, I guess the advice I would have is make sure that you have support. You know, whether it's direct support or just people that are gonna support your dream indirectly. But you can't do it. You can't do it alone.